the very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Official, and Nina Cosa Hanson, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the young and then saw no totua yaba no one Because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to but you know what? I would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I return with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this earth. Chico di Cabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Official, and Nina Cosa Hanson, Nana Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the young and then saw no totua yaba no one because you will make a difference with your source and we're not going to But you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not. I have come. Look with you. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Ask him, God is the Lord. Ask him, God is the Lord. Praise him.
You keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They group them. Al-Qaeda in the Nigeria, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. El-Rufai brought them in. All the government brought them in. Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where will the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to you come to you come to everybody. You come to regulate. You come to take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building the way to be and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for your Nigeria. One Nigeria. I think you maybe not again. You are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax, everything. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria. You are not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak to you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of the newspaper, to give the world giving the impression that everything is okay. When things are go and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back to say Nigeria is one. We must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They are killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Biafra wrote to President Biden. In it, Biafra said, come and help us fight terrorism in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not it. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting them. Most of them think it. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, how long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, or August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa, during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Koto. From the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, They will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue. Because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me, O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB, you will vindicate your children of Biafra, according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked, bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land, bring an end to their abductions, bring an end to their kidnappings, bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent, bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam, bring to an end their mediocrity, bring to an end their senseless feudal rule, bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore we pray. Ise, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth.
Because I can say that from what I have just listened from you, it is just not ordinary.
Very wonderful. When my lawyers came to see me, I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that
Welcome, 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 welcome. Happy Christmas, happy Christmas. We are still in the Christmas mood, and Happy New Year in advance. I wish you a Happy New Year in advance. We shall see the end of this year. This year will never see our end. Wherever you are and you are joining us, I appreciate you, I thank you, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. While you are celebrating that you have made it this far, I appreciate you. We have crossed through the Boxing Day, sharing gifts to our families and friends, meeting friends and well-wishers. I appreciate you and I extend my own greetings to you. Extend my greetings to your family. Extend my greeting to your well-wisher. Extend my greetings to your group. Wherever you are and you are genuinely seeking for freedom, I extend my greetings to you. Whichever group you belong, whichever angle you are, whatever be your faith, whatever be your understanding, as long as you are a Christian, most especially, it is a very special time for us. A time of love, a time of friendship, a time of understanding, and a time of reflection. That is the time we are in. And at this point in time, many of us have been reflecting to what have passed throughout the years. It is a wonderful time. And before I continue, I have to remind you that in this platform where you are watching this program, we do not instigate violence. We do not promote hate. We don't attack people or individuals. We do not come here to push propaganda or blackmail. We don't attack any religion or any race. What we do here is to present Biafra to the world as the only remedy to the failed state Nigeria. And at this mode of Christmas, we are still presenting Biafra. I know it is a busy time. So many of us have so many things they are doing, have so many programs they are engaging. I appreciate you. Whatever you are doing, continue to do that and do that carefully. More especially those in Biafra land, do whatever you are doing with understanding. And remember to be security conscious at all times. Wherever you go, whichever area you find yourself, always be security conscious because our life matters. Even though our enemies do not care about our life, we care. So I wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas wherever you are. I wish you, whether you are watching me on TikTok, or you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, I wish every one of you a Merry Christmas and New Year in advance. As we have made it up to this time, we have to be extra careful so that we can get into the New Year 2026. I have seen many people make it up to this minute, and yet they could not be able to see the New Year. I have seen many people make it up to 30th of the December, and yet they could not be able to get into the New Year. We have seen it time and time again. So you must remain focused, remain consistent, remain careful. Don't live your life carelessly simply because you are in the Christmas mood. Don't live your life carelessly simply because you are in a mood of celebration. While you are celebrating, meeting up with friends and well-wishers, talking with people, reaching out to your families, sharing your meals, you must have to always be very, very careful and know that we have only one life. Once we lose this life, it will be difficult to get another one. There is no spare. There is no spare. You can't get any other chance. Some people talk about reincarnation. Reincarnation, yes, so many of us believe in reincarnation, but until then, nobody can actually tell a story of what he passed through or if truly he was here before and he came back the second time. All we hear are a mere hearsay, a belief that people have, which I have nothing against. So many of us have some belief. So while we have this life, use it effectively, carefully, and do everything you have to do to protect yourself and protect your life. This is an advice for every one of us at this time that we are going into a new year. And those of us who are crying and seeking for freedom, like the Biafran people, we have a high hope. we have a high hope. With the hope that we have, we must continue to be focused and not get distracted. Remember, in our platform, each time we come, it is an interactive section. We have been on this for many, many years. And for us to make it up to the end of this year, it is a thing of thanks. And if you are in the comment section, you want to share with us your experience, you want to make contributions to what we are going to discuss today, or whatever angle, any area, any question you want to ask from any angle, as we are approaching the end of the year, feel free to click the link and come in. And we give you the time to ask your question. All I ask is that try as much as possible to be civil. If I do not answer it to your satisfaction, be patient. Hopefully, I will answer it effectively, or someone else can come up and give you a satisfactory answer. Remember, we must respect people's opinion. You must not agree with everything I say. Likewise, myself, I must not agree with everything you say. All we need to do is to respect each other person's opinion. When we respect each other's opinion, we can be able to forge ahead, and I bet you we are going to make a lot of difference. So wherever you are watching from, I appreciate you for making out your time to be with us on this very platform today. And I wish you a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas and New Year in advance. And on this very message today, we are preaching, as while we are celebrating, we are still speaking. We talk on the topic which says Nigeria captured, terrorist settlements, US airstrike, and the global war for control. We are still on what happened in Nigeria. You saw the attack that happened, the US strike on Nigeria. The strike by the US is still something that is making wave out there. And it is something that we cannot ignore. It is something that we will continue to dissect. We will continue to look into it. We will continue to talk about it. We will continue to bring the topic before the whole world to know what is actually going on. When we had that news, everyone saw it as a welcome development. Everyone saw it as a welcome development, and people were keen in watching and observing what was going on. And from all indication, we heard that operation was a very successful one. And people are asking so many questions: how it was conducted, where it was done, and why it was done, where it was done. So many questions. So at this very program today, we're going to try to look into some critical issues that requires concern, and in that we will go on and do what we have to do. And also remember, as I always say, it is a discussion section. Feel free to join us and air your own opinion. What I'm about to say today will make some people uncomfortable, as you always know. In our program, people get uncomfortable sometimes. The one Nigerianists, even our fellow Biafrans, our brothers and sisters, sometimes they get uncomfortable when we say what we say and when we use the language we use. I applaud you to be patient and listen. Wherever you feel you can't be able to handle, you can be able to take a break, or you can come in and bring your superior arguments. Either you are watching on TikTok, or you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube. Just send in your request and I will bring you in and you bring your superior argument. Because today we are not dealing with rumors. We are not dealing with rumors. We have dealt with rumors for a very long time. We have dealt with rumors every time. It is all about rumor. We are not going to deal with rumor today. We are going to speak based on facts. Based on facts. That is what we are going to do today. We are dealing with real power, real violence, real foreign interest, and a country that is losing control of itself. That is what we have today. What is happening in Nigeria is a heavy battle. A battle of power, real violence, real foreign interest, and a country that is losing control of itself. That is what we are dealing with. Today, is no longer operating like a sovereign nation. Nigeria is no longer operating as a sovereign nation. When we say Nigeria is a failed state, we have singing it like song and music, we have shouting about it. Some people think we are talking too much, some people think we are over-exaggerating, but today it is becoming much more clear. Nigeria today is no longer operating like a sovereign state. It is no longer operating like a sovereign state. It's left for you to pay attention and understand what we mean, what we say. By the time we go further, you will be able to understand. Nigeria is fast becoming a contest territory, a contested territory. That is what it's becoming. A territory that's been contested. That is what Nigeria is becoming today. A contested territory. A space where terrorists operate freely. A space where foreign powers maneuver quietly, and wherever ordinary citizens are left completely exposed. That is what Nigeria is. We are trying to describe it so that people will understand. When the Biafrans are saying they no longer want to be part of this Nigeria, we have reasons. It is not out of hate. It is not out of malice. It is not because of resource control, whatever. It is because it is a failed state that cannot be able to protect its own people. Nigeria is fast becoming contested territory. That is what it is today. A territory that is contested. Just like they shared Africa in the past, it is happening again before your own very eyes. You must pay attention. Nigeria today is a space where terrorists operate freely. Freely. They are operating freely. Where foreign powers maneuver quietly. The foreign powers maneuver in Nigeria is very, very open. It's not hidden. You can see what the present government is doing in France. Nigeria is not a French colony. Nigeria has nothing with French, but all of a sudden, they have maneuvered themselves into Nigeria, and they are one of the players today in Nigeria. And where ordinary citizens are left completely exposed, ordinary citizens in Nigeria are completely left exposed to danger. You see, with all these facts that are very clear to everybody, that is why we no longer want to be part of it. And when you hear about USA strike inside Nigeria, you must understand one thing clearly. You must understand one thing clearly. A strike do not happen in stable countries. A strike do not happen in a stable country. US cannot go into a stable country and conduct an air strike. So when you hear about this US airstrike in Nigeria, it speaks volume. For the very first time in history since independence, for the very first time since independence, the United States will conduct an airstrike into Nigerian territory, openly announced. It speaks volume. It speaks volume. Let us start from the foundation. Terrorism in Nigeria is no longer just about attack. It is no longer just about attack. It is about settlement. The Nigerian terrorism today is about settlement. It is about settlement. The terrorists want to settle down in Nigeria. They want to make Nigeria their base. So it is a very serious issue. When terrorists settle, it means they are not just striking. They are living, organizing, recruiting, and expanding. And they want to use Nigeria as a place where they will use as a living place, a place they will use for organizing their attacks, a place they will use for recruiting, a place they will use to expand. That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria today. For those who do not understand why it is necessary that the United States will come in and do what they did. We have been shouting about this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that they detained today and gave him life sentence. This is one of the base of his message. Forget about the people that are demonizing him, calling him different. This is the base of the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That terrorists have taken over Nigeria and they are going ahead to make Nigeria their safe haven, a base where they can be able to settle and attack the West. This is also the base of the message of Mazi Simon Ekpa. He preached it and talked about it, explained it, exposed it on so many occasions. But instead of people that matters paying attention, they did nothing. They went ahead, kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, gave him life sentence. They went ahead, arrested Mazi Simon Ekpa, and imprison him. And today, you can see the United States striking all the way from the US to a so-called sovereign state. For the very first time since independence, if you are not yet concerned, I don't know when you're going to be concerned, but I bet you must prepare. Across the vast region of Nigeria today, armed groups operate with confidence. They operate with confidence. They collect levies. They control movements. They dictate who farms, who trade, who travel, and who survives. That is how it is in Nigeria today. The armed group, the terrorists dictate who goes to farm. They dictate who conduct trade. They dictate who travels around, and they dictate who survives. This can only happen in a failed state. This is not what insurgency look like. This is not just what insurgency look like. This is what territorial control look like. What you are seeing is not just insurgency. When they describe insurgency, the case of Nigeria is a territorial control. The terrorists want to take control. That is why they take charge of it. They impose levy, including farmers. They decide who goes to farmer, who does not, who harvests and who does not harvest, and they decide who survives and who does not survive. So the battle is not just about insurgency. This is about territorial control. It is territorial control. That is what you are seeing in Nigeria. And the most dangerous part, this settlement exists because of state failure and state complicity. The state failure and the state complicity is what is disturbing, because the Nigerian government is complicit in this. How can you explain a government that left their territory to go to Benin and quell a coup cannot be able to stop ragtag bandits? They call it bandit. Let's keep the terrorists on side. They themselves call it bandit, and yet they can't even be able to stop it. If you are not worried, I don't know when you're going to be worried. When security forces retreat, when intelligence collapses, when political leaders deny reality, like they are denying today. Up to today, they continue to deny. They are still denying the NSAS massacre, and they are denying the Christian genocide. Denial at every given point in time. That is all they do. Territory do not waste time. They move in. Terrorists, they don't waste time. When they see all these things, they don't waste time. They move in and occupy the space. Take charge. Some of them even claim to be giving the people the security that the government cannot give them. That is how bad it is. Nigeria is not just any country. Nigeria is Africa's most populous state, which is one of the reasons why Nigeria must disintegrate. The population is a problem. I don't know how to explain it. Nigeria, the diversity in Nigeria is a destructive and dangerous one. Anybody that cares about humanity should be in the front line of campaigning for the end to Nigeria. Nigeria is not just any country that you see in Africa. Nigeria is the most populous state. You can imagine the amount of terrorists that can be recruited if they succeed in capturing Nigeria. And they will succeed if you do not disintegrate this country and allow regions to grow on their own, people that have the same value system to grow and survive. It will be difficult to curtail. It will be difficult. Nigeria sits at the crossroad of West Africa. Nigeria controls massive human capital, land, resources, and strategic assets. That is why the terrorist is fighting head-on to make sure they make Nigeria their own base, their recruitment ground, their own home. So when Nigeria weakens, global power do not rush to save it. They rush to position themselves. You can imagine. When Nigeria weakens, global powers do not rush to save it. They rush to position themselves. That is what you are seeing in Nigeria today. The United Kingdom positioning themselves. The United, what do you call them? The French people France positioned themselves. The United States positioned themselves. When you see how things are, you see that mostly it is not about saving the people. Most time, it is about their own interests. In Nigeria today, China, in the midst of the whole terrorism, you can never hear China speak. Chinese government will never come. They will never speak. Though that is one part of their policy, foreign policy. They don't intervene in internal issues. They don't. They allow you to, if you want to destroy yourself, it's up to you. All they need, as long as they are there taking what they want, if you want to destroy yourself, set yourself ablaze, they don't care. China is in Nigeria. They are one of the exploiters, the highest exploiters of mineral after United Kingdom is China. Then you have France that True have just brought in now. You have France that True have just brought in. Then you have the United States that have come in to at least do something that people can see. I want you to take this to heart. When Nigeria weakens, global powers do not rush to save it. They rush to position themselves. It doesn't matter the angle you look at it from. All the powers in the world today are positioning themselves in Nigeria. They are preparing themselves for what to gain in case. But because I know that the end of it will be disintegration of Nigeria. Nigeria is going to be split and people will go their separate ways. What we are seeing today is not charity. What we are seeing in Nigeria today is not just charity, it is geopolitical calculation. Take it or leave it. That is what it is. Who controls security cooperations? Who controls intelligent access? Who controls airspace, surveillance, and military influence? Nigeria is slowly shifting from being a partner to becoming a theater of competition. That is what it is. Nigeria is now a theater of competition. Take it or leave it. And the people that are going to suffer it are these ordinary citizens. That is why you must prepare yourself. For we, the Biafran people, we have been prepared long before now, seeking for that opportunity to come for us to liberate ourselves. We have called on other regions to also stand up for themselves. So many of them think that Biafrans are their problem, but Biafrans are not a problem. Today, the global powers are already battling and positioning themselves. And we, the Biafrans, we are going to take that advantage when the time comes. That is why every one of us must be awake. That is why sometimes when I remember the absence of our Prime Minister, Simon and Mazen Nandekano, it hurts me so much. It hurts me. It hurts me because this was the time they are supposed to take a huge advantage and get us a very good deal, because it will all end in deal. When you see the global powers battling for the heart of Nigeria today, it will end up in deals. And I pray that Chukwu is going to put us on a better level where we are going to have our freedom and get free from that zoological republic called Nigeria. Now, let us address the issue many are afraid of discussing. Honestly, US airstrike inside Nigeria. The US airstrike inside Nigeria. This is not symbolic. This is not random. And it's not compliment to Nigeria's security capacity. It is not. Some of them say they compliment just to compliment Nigeria's security capacity. No, it is not. Airstrike, foreign airstrike means one thing. A serious threat was identified that local forces could not or would not neutralize effectively. That is one thing you should have it. Whenever you see this airstrike, you hear news about this airstrike, you see people discuss it, or when you hear it, the only first thing that has to come to your mind is that there is a serious threat that was identified that the local forces could not or would not neutralize effectively. So when you hear about the airstrike in Nigeria, one thing that will come to your heart is that the bandits and the terrorists in Nigeria is above Nigerian government. They are They have more capacity more than Nigerian government. They are stronger than Nigeria. In a layman's language, they are stronger than Nigerian government. That is why you see a foreign airstrike coming. Remember, Donald Trump gave warning and gave them time to do something. If you don't do something, I will do it. That was what he said. He told them, do something or else I will come and do it. But they did nothing. So watching them and they do nothing means that the people, the terrorists and the bandits are stronger than them. That is what it means. So whenever you hear about that airstrike, don't get carried away. All you have to remember in your mind is that the terrorists we are talking about and the bandits is stronger than the so-called government that some of you are supporting and standing under. They are stronger. Don't ever take that out of mind. This will help you to survive. This will help you to also prepare yourself for any eventual occurrence. Because when you realize that the government of the day cannot protect you, cannot secure you, does not have the capacity to save you from the hand of this bandit, except foreign bodies, you will know that you have a lot of work in your hand to do. You must prepare yourself to at least defend yourself, because sometimes before the foreign help will come, it will be too late. So you must be prepared to defend yourself at every given point in time while you wait for foreign intervention. Very important. When a foreign power conducts a support air operation, it means trust has collapsed. These points are very important. Don't ignore it. Whether you are a one Nigerianist or you're a Biafran or whatever you think you are, whatever you believe, when a foreign power conducts a support air operation, it means trust has collapsed. The government of the Zoological Republic cannot be trusted. No government, no sensible government will trust them because they are colluding with the terrorists. Nigeria is a failed state. Some of you continue to deny it to make yourself happy. Keep on denying it. At the end of the day, the result will show. It means the situation has escalated beyond internal control, and there is warning. That is what you are seeing today. The airstrike shows that situation have escalated beyond internal control. They can't control it anymore. And there is one warning sign many people are missing. The warning sign many people are missing. Airstrike are never the end of involvement. Just airstrike alone are never the end of involvement. They are usually the beginning of deeper entanglement. This is just the beginning. What you just saw is the beginning. A lot more is going to happen in days to come, which we are going to continue to follow up and speak about them whenever necessary. For some of you, I don't know if you are not worried about the recent rapport between Nigeria and France. The danger of Nigeria's relationship with France. Some people who call themselves one Nigerianists, I don't know why they are not talking about it. They are not concerned. This sudden dangerous relationship between France and Nigeria. It is important we also look into it. Because this part is critical. This relationship between Nigeria and France is critical. Across West Africa, France has been rejected, resisted, and pushed out. Ask yourself why. And why is Nigeria accepting them? Across West Africa, France has been rejected completely, restricted, and pushed out. Have you taken your time to find out why? It is because where France embedded itself deeply in security and politics, instability tends to follow. Did you hear that? The major reason why many countries in West Africa are distancing themselves from France is because where France embeds itself deeply in security and politics, instability tends to follow. They have been indicted in so many cases in the sponsorship of terrorism. Nigeria aligning more closely with France at this moment is not neutral. Nigeria aligning more closely with France at this moment is not neutral. It introduces new rivalries, new tensions, and new proxy dynamics. Some of you are not paying attention, but I think it is time to pay attention. Nigeria risks becoming a buffer zone, a pressure point, or worse, a substitute theater for conflict France is losing elsewhere. And they are coming to Nigeria. Every other place they are being pushed out. Then why is it that Nigeria is embraced? What is it that Nigeria saw in France that they're embracing them? Even when they cannot be able to curb their own insecurity. And the major reason why France were driven from other West African countries is that wherever they are, insecurity is the order of the day. Why the sudden relationship with France? When foreign powers compete on your soil, it is never the elites who pay the price. It is the people. When foreign powers compete on your soil, it is never the elites who pay the price. It is the ordinary people like you and I that will pay the price. That is why we must be very careful. That is why we must pay attention to every single thing that is happening. No matter what your religion might be, no matter what your location might be, no matter what your tribe or ethnicity might be, it is time to be much more careful than ever. This means a lot for ordinary citizens. Let us be clear. When terrorists settle, when foreign airstrike occur, when global power competes quietly, the result is not peace. The result is prolonged instability. That's what you're going to see. Farmers abandon land, business shut down, youths are trapped between fear and survival, communities are silenced. And the most dangerous phase of state of collapse is not chaos. It's not chaos, it is normalization. The presence of France in Nigeria is more dangerous than you can ever understand. Have you asked yourself a question? Why is it that all this time that the US is speaking out about the terrorism in Nigeria, the attack on the Christians, why is the United Kingdom silent? Why is France silent? Why is China silent? Why are these people who are scavenging in that very land, why is it they don't care? They say nothing. They don't utter a word. Even when US have come ahead to make a strike, go against the terrorists, they kept silent. You must prepare yourself. Those of you who are still one Nigerians, you must prepare yourself for what is coming. You must be ready for what is coming. Nigeria is standing at a crossroad. One path leads to accountability, truth, and genuine reform. The other part leads to deeper militarization, foreign dependency, and permanent instability. Take this word to heart. Nigeria is standing at a crossroad. One path leads to accountability, truth, and genuine reform. And I strongly believe that that is what the United States is coming for. That is what the United States is coming for under the Nigerian Trump. Accountability, truth, and genuine reform. The other part leads to deeper militarization, a part of France and the UK with China. Deeper militarization, foreign dependency, and permanent instability. That is what France is known for. This is what France is known for. The greatest evil that you should be worried about today is France. Their alliance with Tinubu. That is the greatest evil. You should be something you remember. When you remember it, you have sleepless night. Not the United States. Not the United States. United States is coming for accountability, to hold the people accountable, hold the government accountable, those in power, hold them accountable for truth and for genuine reform. You can see the process they are going. You can see what the lawmakers in the United States are saying. Accountability. Remove your Sharia law. You cannot be answering a secular state and you're doing a different thing altogether. Be open. Be truthful. But in the other way, France is underground sponsoring terrorism. France is busy using Nigeria to intimidate the neighboring countries, just like he did in Benin Republic. Foreign dependency. Tinubu is caged. They tell him what to do, and he go ahead and do it without even waiting for the House to decide. Deeper militarization. They want to make sure Nigeria is more militarized than ever. Permanent instability. That is what France is known for. Just as I have said before in my program here, airstrike are not solutions alone. Airstrike will not solve this problem. It is part of it, but it will not solve the problem. Airstrike are not solutions. Terror settlements are not accidents. Foreign alliances are not innocent. If citizens remain silent, others will decide Nigeria's future for them. If citizens remain silent, others will decide the Zoological Republic future for them. The Biafran people are gone, and we are taking our decisions. We are taking our fate. We are deciding what we want and how we want it, and that we will continue to do. This conversation is not about fear. It is about awareness. It is about survival. It is about responsibility. It's a wake-up call for everybody that finds himself in that contraption called Nigeria. Everybody, no matter your religion, no matter your tribe, ethnicity, it is a wake-up call. I urge you to pay attention. And don't allow yourself to be used. Do not allow yourself to be used. If you allow yourself to be used, you are going to pay a heavy price. Wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to be steadfast. I urge you to be focused. The year is coming to an end, drawing very, very close. As I said before, there are many people that will make it up to 30th and they will not see the new year. It is not yet over until it is over. You must remain cautious. Remain security cautious. Wherever you find yourself, more especially people in Biafra land. What is happening and what is going to happen is much more greater than what you have already seen. Keep yourself safe. You're welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining. Before I hand over the mic to my brother Christian, let us have just a minute break and then I will give him the mic.
I will see the end of this year. This year will never see my end. I will see the end of this year. This year will never see my end. This year will never see my end. This year will never see my end.
We shall see the end of this year. This year will never see our end. In the name of Chukwu Abiyam. Yeah, welcome, my brother Christian. Thank you for joining. Christian, are you there?
Yes, Malchus. Morning.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah. So I tried to come in actually, but it was so difficult. I don't know what happened on my this thing. It's usually when I put on YouTube, it shows up, but this time it just wasn't there. I continued to type in, and I saw the line, what you posted. It was then I clicked, and a little bit complicated, but I don't know. Sometimes they changes the setup, the YouTube setups, and I don't know.
It's a serious issue. They are intentionally doing it to slow down our viewers and all these things. So
yes.
They are attacking the views of the platforms, and that is why many people are not able to join. Some people will be writing me and say they don't see my program. They ask me which time. I say I'm doing my program the same time, sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
So they make it difficult for people to get into the program or to find the program to watch. That's what we are facing.
I'm wondering, is it as a result of Nigeria bribing YouTube to do these things, or YouTube is doing it just on their own? I don't know what it's all about. So Nigeria will have continuous or constant money to be paying out for this. I don't know. What do you think?
Nigeria is involved. I think you heard the news when they announced that they're going to bring down platforms of the terrorists, of the bandits, that they're paying the social media network to bring down the platforms of the bandits and all whatnot. So when you hear such news, you can know how extent they can do. They have people who they are funding every day to make sure they regulate the information that is against the government and all that. They know how to do
Yes. And to block
it was
people.
very clear during the time of Mazen Nandekam. You saw it, it was very, very clear. Sometimes he will be on Facebook broadcasting with about 60,000 views.
And they will be showing 5,000.
5,000.
But man, choose, you know, this is just another level of evilness, because what they are supposed to do is go after the terrorism that is ravaging all over the world, right? You cannot be chasing a man that has nothing on you. I mean, it doesn't make sense, because, for example, there are podcasters in the United States and Europe, some other places, right? So they don't go through this type of thing. But you are right, because the problem is that the Nigerian government is particularly focused their resources in trying to regulate and to shut down these things. That money and the effort is supposed to be channeled towards fighting terrorism. That is the problem that confronts Nigeria, and that terrorism. But maybe it's understandable, because it's those terrorists that are in charge of Nigeria. So you can see why they will do these things. For example, the Sultan of Sokoto, we've had him come out to say that social media is terrorism. He flipped it upside down, that him who is the terrorist, who is financing, supporting, encouraging, coordinating terrorism to Islamize and Fulanize by force the people in Nigeria, he turned around and said that social media, people who are making their living, there's no job, but people are earning their living on social networking, that they should shut it down. Now, the government that is spending money to push this narrative to try and shut it down just so happens to be the same terrorist that is destroying Nigeria. That is the unfortunate aspect of it, because ordinarily one would think that if there was a genuine government in Nigeria, they will ignore it. In Europe here, in America, lots of people are earning their living through social networking. There are people, uncountable number of people now, that their job is podcasting. That is their job. And they earn comfortable living doing it, right? And you're creating job too. So there's nothing wrong with it. If you have nothing to hide, you don't hide nothing. But the case of Nigeria is just so unfortunate that the people who are running it are the terrorists themselves. So they don't want light to be shined on all their deed. They don't like their darkness, and they don't like light. The what is it called? Elon Musk, the likes of them, and so many others who create all this platform, they are shining light, they are bringing light onto the world, so that nothing is hidden anymore. And again, if you have nothing to hide, you don't fear, you don't even try to hide something when you don't have anything to hide. But it's obvious, and my brother, it's just something that it is phenomenal what is going on, particularly in countries like Nigeria, with ulterior motive, with a dark, sinister agenda. They don't want light. They want to continue in secret, in darkness, to perpetuate their evil. Sultan, he cried. I saw it. He cried, because all their deeds are coming out.
Yes.
It doesn't get any more than that. It just does not get any more than that. They've been on this thing for ages, but the world has changed now drastically. The world has changed. Anything, small thing you do now, before you know it, all over the world, it's being heard all over, it's being seen all over the world. But that is a good thing. It is a good thing. I understand, yes, there might be some areas, but at the same time, I will keep maintaining the fact that if you don't have skeleton in your cupboard, you don't need to fear anything. You know, I understand that sometimes there are, as Trump will say, fake news, sort of, right? But at the same
Yes.
time, people are entitled to their opinion, and there's no court that is going to charge you and convict you on opinion, because there is a guarantee right. You
Yes.
have right to have your opinion. Okay, so but when you engage, if you engage in a clear-cut character assassination, in defamation of individual group of people, then you can be sued. You can be sued to
Exactly.
court. Uh-huh. So, but that I have opinion. If I say that I feel like uh, or I feel like whoever it is, that's my opinion. It doesn't mean it's not a confirmation. It's not. It's not some concrete whatever. So you can just feel. I can say that you choose. You know that I believe that you are this, you are that. It's my opinion.
It's just opinion.
You can't take me to court for my opinion. Because so this is one thing people have to realize. And for me, I'm not bothered when people express opinion about me, because you are right to feel the way you feel. Okay. So my dear brother, but we thank God for everything. The world has changed. It must continue to evolve and to change. Those who don't want to change with time, well, they will be left behind. Somehow, somewhere, they will, you know. So they'll think that that is one of the things that is making them very, very angry now, very frustrated that stuff they did back in the days, get away with it. They in Lebanon, in Syria, in Turkey, and others, we don't live in that age anymore. So people are seeing it. People are complaining. It's people from Middlebelt. They went to the United States. They cry out. They share video, everything. That is what is happening today. We see. If it was back in the days, nobody will know what is going on. Nobody.
Nobody will know. Nobody.
And the war, this genocidal war that Britain and Nigeria trusted upon Biafrans, if it was now, it won't happen. Seriously.
It will not happen. Never.
It will be different. It will be different because the American government, they will know what is going on. They will know that all we ask for is just freedom, which is your human right. You know, you have right to agitate, to ask for freedom, to ask for just your personal rights, self-determination. It's not a crime anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter the fact that our politicians who are supposed to spearhead it, they are not spearheading it, but that don't stop us one bit. It doesn't stop us. If they have the opinion, we have our opinion. We as a people, we are the one. We know what we are going through. We know the hell we are living in. We don't want to continue like that. So for them, the politicians, it's obvious that they are benefiting. They are looking after their own personal interest. Therefore, they don't speak for us. You know. So people should understand this thing. And I don't know. I just heard. I hope I'm not throwing you out of your line of point, because I don't know what you were actually discussing on. But I just saw yesterday that Israel has endorsed. I didn't see it too well. I didn't have detail, but I thought that maybe you're aware of it. That Israel make.
Somaliland.
You had. Sorry.
Yeah, I saw it. Israel, they have recognized Somaliland.
Bro, it's interesting because I don't know what is the. Well, you see, in life you can never know everything. What is the meaning Somaliland? Somalia is a country. Is there an agitating group in the place? Is that you have? I mean.
Yeah, that's one thing I've not been able to. I have to go and look up that.
Okay.
As you said now, because I had the same thing when I saw it before I came online. When I saw that very news, I think I saw it yesterday also. I said I will go through it, but I didn't have time to go through it properly. I was thinking that Somalia has been a country all this while. The only people that I know that are still fighting is Eritrea are still fighting. They have not been recognized. Eritrea have not been recognized. But Somalia itself, I don't know the actual problem that they are having.
Yeah, but I think Eritrea is recognized already, don't you think? I mean, Eritrea got their independence from Ethiopia, isn't it?
Eritrea is still fighting. They are not yet. Eritrea is not yet fully recognized.
Are you kidding me? Really?
Eritrea is still in the process. You didn't see you see Eritrea. They came through our this now, US
in Finland.
Biafra independence. Biafra declaration.
Oh, I thought because but
Eritrea
you know that
was there in Biafra declaration. They were there. They were one of those that signed treaty with us.
Yeah, but they participate in international events. Are you aware of that? Eritrea.
Eritrea, I don't think I've not seen them participate fully like that on the international event. I've not seen Eritrea.
Okay.
Invested. But
You know, some.
they are everywhere. They've been agitated. They're everywhere. They travel most. That is why sometimes you hear them and the people of that place they identify themselves just like we Biafra identify ourselves as Biafra. Some people will think that Biafra is already a nation.
Wow. I honestly thought that Eritrea has already been recognized fully independent country, but it's it's popular among people, Eritrea.
Yeah.
So I know that they got away from Ethiopia, and so I'm just wow. Of course, sometimes there's just too much going on, and and also when when you
that concerns us.
exactly, because you know where your mouth. How do they say it? You put your mouth where your money is, or where your stuff like that. So Biafra is the pre-occupation. So I don't know, but Eritrea was oh my goodness. Because one time I met with a guy who is from there. He's a taxi driver in UK here, and we were discussing. And it's incredible. The past, I think he told me that it's a very small country, maybe 4 million, thereabout, or 2 million, between that range. It's a small country, but that I thought and my goodness, wow! I have to look onto it because I thought they already.
But they are in charge of their territory as it stands today. They're in charge of their territory. They have almost everything. They have their president and they have all this. They are in charge of their territory.
Oh no! Come on now. If that is the case, if that is
occupation, it's still under occupation. They're not fully recognized.
They're still under occupation, but you said they have their what president?
Yes, they have Eritrea. They have their prime minister or whatever. But they are still under this. I think is it Ethiopia or whatever. They have not been given full independence.
Yeah, but maybe they have already partial because, for example, we don't have. As Biafra, we don't have any. There's no any. What is the word I'm looking for? We don't have any control any part of that. At least I know we are not in charge of
that control. That is it. They have control of their own.
What's that?
Of a good portion of their land.
Yeah. And so they possibly have their own military, they possibly have their flag and this and that. And it's also possible that some nation would have. I mean, the bottom line is the most important is that they have control over their territory. Maybe not entire territorial, but they have some. Yeah, so well, they are ahead. Okay, another one is Bakassi, that is the Cameroon. Is it back? What is the name of this? The Cameroon from the Cameroon
people. This
Ambazonia. Yeah. So more Ambazonia is more like on the same level pedestrian with us because Ambazonia, I don't know if they control their territory, but at least I know how it is with them. But yeah, this Eritrea is very much in charge. Maybe not 100%, but to an extent they are in charge because, like I said, this guy I met maybe a year ago. We were just discussing it. When I was telling him about, he asked me where I'm from. I told him I said Biafra, but that we are on it. We are working on it. So he doesn't know much. I explained to him. From there, I asked him where are you from. He said Eritrea. So, and when we from discussion, he said, oh, but that for them they've been on it for like 30 years thereabout. He said, and that he said there's a lot. He said that I've forgotten some of the things he told me. So, but he never gave me the impression that they are not in charge, like they are not fully independent. He didn't give me that impression. So I thought that they are already a restored sovereign nation already. But well, I'm gonna have to look back to see what it is. But it's at the same time, one just have to continue. A day will come when the whole thing will be over. So you don't give up. That is for sure. Because if you give up, you lose already. So yeah. So that is the situation. But we thank God. Trump just did what he did now on that Christmas day, and we see from there. We see what happened moving forward because. Now they know that it's not just some kind of psyop. He main business. But what happened moving forward is also going to be dependent on what they do moving forward. How do they want it? If they want to continue to, brutalize people, the way they've been doing for decades now, then obviously the American government have no choice than to intensify, because that is but I know it's going to come. It's coming. Make no mistake. It's just it's coming. Anybody, because I've talked to a few people, they say, oh, so what happened now? They strike, did they hit target? Did they blah, 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 whatever? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is that the point has been made very clear. This is not going to be allowed, and we are here to do a job, and we do a job. If you don't do the right thing, the conditions have been given, things you have to do, you must pursue them. If you don't do it, well, you know what is coming, you know what will follow. So that is ultimately, anybody who doesn't know that Nigeria is not a sustainable entity, then you are making a mistake, because at some point it is going to happen. Nigeria is not viable. It can't continue. Nothing is working. Nothing will ever work. And if you don't know that by now, then you don't know anything, because it's going to get worse. Trust me, it's going to get worse. So this criminal drug baron, he has also, I think he has also beaten more than he can chew, because first of all, he stole the election from P2B because they don't believe that an Igbo man can be president. Fine, you've stolen the election. Let's see how you manage it now. He has to do what is required of him. The agreement, they have agreed on that, so they have to implement it. Sharia has to be taken out. They have to do some of the things that they agreed upon. And the Fulanis, whom he's working for, he's scared of them, because maybe because of his target towards 2027. He doesn't want to provoke them, whatever it is, but you have no choice. Because you can't leave the people vulnerable, leave them just, lying, shallow, waiting to be slaughtered by the Islamic Fulani terrorists, and think that everything is going to be okay. No. America will do what they have the right to do what they are doing. I saw a program on Arise TV. Was it yesterday? Rufai and Ruben Abati, they almost went into a physical confrontation with a guy that came to the panel. I think he's a northerner. They said Rufai was telling him to show evidence that America did it without the consultation of Nigerian government. The guy told him that Trump doesn't need to consult them to do what he did.
I have that video. I think we will deliberate on the video. I have it here.
Audio good. Nah.
One of the videos I have here.
Yeah.
To deliberate on. So,
yeah.
And I think that's Somaliland and Somalia. I don't think it's the same country. It's the same place. They are two different countries. Though.
Are you really?
Yeah.
But they have. Is it like
Somalia is already a country now? Somalia is a country recognized already.
Then the Somaliland. What are they? Are they trying to secede from Somali or from which country? Where are they trying to pull out of? Do you know?
Somali. That's a Somaliland. I don't know their location properly.
Maybe it's in Somali.
Yeah?
Maybe the Somaliland is also in Somali, just like Biafra is in Nigeria, isn't it? I mean, huh?
I think I have to look that up. I'm not too sure about.
Yeah.
It's not. It's that Somaliland is not recognized yet. It's a self. They call it a self-proclaimed country, not yet recognized. Yeah,
because Israel recognized them, then some of these Islamic nations, they are kicking against it. They are castigating Israel for recognizing them. I don't know the brain behind it. Are they Christian countries? Are they not Muslim? The Somaliland, maybe they are not Muslim.
That's what I'm suspecting also. Maybe they broke away from the main Somali also, and they also Somali.
Okay.
So they say they self-declared since independence since 1991. Since 1991, they self-declared independent.
It's a long time.
Not internationally recognized.
Not internationally recognized.
But they operate as a separate state in practice. They have their own constitution, they have their own election, they have their own institutions.
And they control their territory.
Of course. Of course. Without that control, nobody's going to recruit. That one is the first thing. You must take control of the territory.
Just like Eritrea too, right? To an extent.
Eritrea too.
Yeah, because if you are not in charge of your territory, you are.
Eritrea, when I saw Eritrea on our this thing, I was surprised. When I saw it, because the same lobby that was lobbying for us was also lobbying for Eritrea in the United States.
Elias, is it? Elias, the guy.
Elias and co. They were also lobbying for Somali for United States for recognition.
But you know, having nations like Israel, it's also a good move. It's a step forward, you know, because Israel has a lot of clout, you know, because they have potentials, even though they are also struggling as a nation because they are surrendered. I don't know why this word is fine. I'm finding it difficult to probe what is going on. They are, you know, these enemies rounded them up, sort of. But Israel is not one to joke with because they have military, strong military presence. They can do a lot of damage. So it helps to have those assets. And the United States is also behind them, 100%. So that it helps. So if you have recognition with Israel, to an extent, it helps a lot. So, but one just have to. Personally, I don't see why this thing should be a problem. You know, if people identify that they don't have commonalities and they are not making headway, they are not forging ahead because of the lack of commonalities, you know, the logical thing to do is to part ways in peace. You know, just part ways. Even you remember the history of I think it's Abraham and one of either a brother Lot. Is it Lot? Who said to him, yeah, instead of all to be, buying one another.
Buying each other.
Yeah. Because the better it becomes, you go your way, I go my way, we can still maintain some level of respectable relationship. You know, I can help you when I have the opportunity, and I can, and I will help, and you vice versa. But to come and choke up yourself in one place, you are not moving ahead, you are not developing, and every day is forcing and fighting. That don't make sense at all. This is what the Europeans, they saw it from, they quickly identified that, and they said, no, that this is not going to work. Let people, govern themselves based on their oneness and commonalities and understanding. And it works. It works perfectly. We saw these things. It happens in Belgium, Portugal, Netherlands, and in recent times, the Soviet Union, the Yugoslavia, little countries, people are living in peace. I don't know, but when it comes to Africa, no, they want them to continue to buy each other, massacre. It's crazy. It's crazy, my brother. How do you?
That has always been the only solution. Just like this Somaliland and Somalia. From the description, Somaliland has been very peaceful. They do everything peaceful. They don't have extremists like the other section.
You see?
But yet, they don't want to let them be free. So since 1991, they declared their independence, and these people are still holding them ransom.
And you see that when you see Israel endorse them, recognizes them, it's because Israel also have seen that when you let them go as an independent country, a people, a sovereignty, they don't have this extremist Islamic terrorism, exporting terrorism here and there. They're peace-loving people. They are fighting. You can say they are struggling, but at least basically doing their best to grow, to develop, to be a better people, and contribute to society, contribute to the world. That is what it should be about, not Nigeria, that they are practically grooming future terrorism. You remember the one guy who boarded a plane going to America with a bomb on his shoe? I think he said not an Abdul. Right. So and the reason is and if you look, when you look at Nigeria today, it's not difficult to see the potential, the dangerous, the growth of terrorism. That the potential is enormous when it comes to Nigeria, because on that northern part, youths who are so disillusioned, Boko Haram and ISWAP, whatever is their target to join, because they are so the leaders there, the leadership, those who are in charge, they have nothing for them. They just believe that they should be just there to be used for political achievement and whatever interest they want to push. They have these boys to be used for that purpose. So they don't give them opportunities. They don't provide them with good healthcare or good education or nothing, absolutely nothing. They have no choice but to turn to the terrorism. That is what is going on there now. If you have a situation like that, the best thing is you allow the regions that want to live in peace to go their way, so that when these people begin to groom what they are grooming, whatever happens to them, happens to them. But to force other people into it, and you are using it to destroy others and building this thing and sending them out to be causing all sort of mayhem to the world, then no. America, they have the right to deal with it, nick it now from the board, because when the whole thing begins to explode, it will affect everybody. It will affect America. And they've experienced it already. If this guy can attempt to go and blow up someplace in America and he's not American, so why do you think they will just sit and fold their hands, wait until when Nigeria begin to breed terrorism that will be affected that before they will act? That doesn't make sense. So now is the time to act. Now, not when it's already a problem, not when it's already too late. No, now is the time to take them out. We saw how the Hamas, they were welcoming Nigeria, and today as we speak, they are in the northern part. They are collaborating with ISWAP and ISIS and Boko Haram. All these people, this is a very dangerous trend. But Europe think that whatever, I don't know what they think. They look at Trump, they think he's a crazy man. But Trump is trying to, that danger that is looming. They're trying to do it now, not when it's late. Europe is even. Europe is.
Know what they did to themselves.
Of course, Europe is even much more at danger than America, because America have the ocean, that separate them. But Nigeria and Europe, Africa, it's just like a stone throw. You can cross through the northern African country. You're already in Europe, from Morocco, Tunisia, and the rest of it. You're already in Spain. You now find your way any part of Europe. So what they do is they always look at these things. They feel like they are not affected. They feel like they are not. They are. I don't know why. I don't know how Europeans look at this whole thing. Same like the war that Israel has been on for ages. They feel like, especially now, they look at it like Israel is doing their own thing. But just maybe Israel is fighting a war that affects everybody, but they are the one bearing the brunt. What if this Islamic global movement is a war that every peace-loving nation should be worried about, but they don't seem to. Rather, it's crazy, my brother. Sometimes I just wonder what is going on. Like in France or in UK here, they feel like they are not affected. They can be affected, but it's coming home very soon. It's coming home. If they don't start doing something, Benjamin Netanyahu is fighting like hell, and that is what he's supposed to do. people don't have to like it, but who cares? Why would you like it? I'm fighting to for the existence of my people. I'm fighting to safeguard my people. So am I going to care what you think about
Well,
me?
it has nothing to do with leadership. Has nothing to do with liking or not liking. It's up to you.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Exactly.
have to. You don't need to like a leader. You don't need
Yeah.
to like him or to do anything. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to make you like him. All you need to do is to safeguard his people, follow the policy, and pursue whatever he wants to pursue. Your
You know,
likeness doesn't mean anything to him.
yeah. So because at the end of the day, people will want you to be what they want you to be, even though it's detrimental to you. So that is where you have to make a choice. If you are looking for people to like you, well, you will pay the price. You will be the one to suffer it. I saw this program this morning from the Young Talks. It's another well grown podcast channel, So, but for him, for them, there is all about anything Israel, no matter what it is, they're against it, regardless. That is just what it's all about, So
There are people that are also paid for that job. They are doing it. That's the job they are doing.
Of course, the Qataris are paying people too. The Qataris are paying people, and Israel, and Israel have to do theirs too to pay people too, because it's a war of narratives all over the world. So Israel have to pay people too, because that is what it's all about. So for him, they dive into the Christmas bomb in Sokoto from Trump, and they just try to paint a narrative that is so screwed and so uninformed, and that I was just watching it, preparing to leave, to go to work. I was like, yeah, these guys are just talking what they don't even know. They have absolutely no clue. They are not Nigerians. They've never been to Nigeria. They don't know what's going on there. They just pick it up.
They're not following Nigerian news.
They're not following Nigerian news, because I listened to everything he said. This Young Talk, he's the founder, though. He's the founder from Armenian, right? So I followed everything he said. It's so much holes in the things he was saying. There's just no truth in them. He absolutely have no clue, but he said anyway, because Israel, a day before the bombing, Israel came out to speak about it, right? So he just picked it up. Oh, that Israel is controlling Trump. Israel has told Trump to bomb Nigeria, and they goes and bomb Nigeria. He told him to bomb Iraq. He got to bomb Iran. He goes that Israel is the puppet master. Bullshit. Oh God. So that is the situation, my brother. That is the situation. If I have time, I might write a piece and send it to his platform, because he doesn't know anything, nothing. His own is 100% Gaza. That is what they care about. As if Gaza stuff might be happening there, but Gaza is not the only.
They are not happy, and they are not happy. The situation of Nigeria has overtaken Gaza.
Exactly. But
now it's about Christian genocide.
Yeah, but that is also a problem, because you cannot, for whatever reason, assume that Gaza is where, of all the places in the world, that is where tragedy happens. No, it's not true. But you simply don't care. You only care about your fellow Muslims, because they are Muslim. So you can't turn around, accuse somebody of something that you are doing. Worse than Gaza is happening in Nigeria, and that's a fact. We have evidence to prove it, video evidence. What happens in Gaza there? What happens for the most part is sad, but it's collateral damage. Because if you go and kill thousands of people in Israel and think that they will just let go, and it's not going to happen. So
take citizens as shield.
Exactly. You run into schools, you run into hospitals, you run into crowd, whatever. So we just fold hand, then you plan, regroup, come again, bomb, and no, it's not going to happen. So that is cool. But you will not see Israel. Israel, at least, will not come deliberately, gather children, men, women, and, lock them up, set fire in it, and watch them burn to ashes. No. Anybody seen that? Show me. Let me see. It doesn't happen. Yet they make mistakes sometimes, like when they bomb in Gaza, it could land in a hospital or school or whatever. It can happen. But that is what happens with war sometimes, It happens everywhere sometimes when war takes place. Now in Nigeria, these terrorists, they continue
And
to
even
poke
at
it.
those attack on hospitals that you see sometimes, why is it that the people, the citizens themselves, will allow, or the Hamas will go and build underground tunnel under a hospital,
Yeah,
and they will stay at the back of hospital and they will fire rockets? People
exactly.
don't see anything wrong in that. You
Yeah,
don't call them after them. Why do you have to use people as shit?
yeah,
Going to hospital to go and keep weapons, in hospital, put ammunitions, put
yeah,
rockets in hospital.
yeah. Because they are committed to the destruction of Israel. That is what it's all about. When they are giving money, lots of money, they dug tunnels all over the place. They dug a tunnel from there down to Israel to go and massacre people. So these are not symptoms of these are not measures or steps, taken by people that want peace. If you want peace, what you have to do is sit down, you have a discussion, talk about the issues. That is not what is happening in Nigeria. They don't want to discuss. We've been calling them for dialogue. Let us talk. They say, no, there's no dialogue. It's no negotiable. No this, no that. Meanwhile, you have your knee on people's neck, and you say you are sealed, no nothing. How does that work? See, today as we speak in Nigeria, people are just dodging the main issue. Nobody wants to. People you expect they should know better. They are not ready to talk about the rating. How long will the country continue like that? The people are fed up. They want out of this forceful union. But you don't want to talk about it. You said it's not negotiable. They can't talk about it. And you turn around, you complain that the country is not one, it's not united. They don't look. How?
Absolutely.
It's not going to be
mere
possible.
fact that the president ordered these strikes in a
Let's listen to this very commentary regarding this strike. Why I am pulling that, someone who spoke there at the end of the speech of this man, I think he dragged Biafra into it.
Really?
Let's just listen to what he had to say.
There be more now.
Absolutely. The mere fact that the president ordered these strikes in an area which has an organization called the Islamic State of West Africa Province. This is a new organization, or new to the public, versus on the east of Nigeria you have Boko Haram. Practically speaking, all of the north of Nigeria is infested with jihadists, but the persecution goes all the way down probably to the coast, and the strike by the president are very important. It could be the beginning, it could be the end, depending on what the reaction will be. But if we consider a longer range actions, it would be very possible that we could see an American presence on the coast of Nigeria, where most of the Christian community is. It was called Biafra in the past. So all of this is ahead of us. We will see how the president will decide.
Yeah, well, not afraid.
Did you hear that?
Matthew, this is interesting. I haven't seen this. This is very interesting. Something is going on,
Yeah.
Because he started, just like what I said earlier, he said that, what did he say? Oh my goodness, it's escaped my mind. There's a first comment, there's first something he said that, maybe you want to replay the beginning. So there's something, I was saying it even not too long ago.
Okay.
Absolutely. The mere fact that the president ordered these strikes in an area which has an organization called the Islamic State of West Africa Province. This is a new organization, or new to the public, versus on the east of Nigeria you have Boko Haram. Practically speaking, all of the north of Nigeria is infested with jihadists, but the persecution goes all the way down probably to the coast, and the strike by the president are very important. It could be the beginning, it could be the end, depending on what the reaction will be. But if we can...
Yeah, that is it. Because again, I've spoken with people from back home now, even this morning, whether this is a one-off, right? Or, there's some who said to me, oh, but it's not enough that I said, don't worry. It could very well be the beginning of a bigger thing to come. And that,
it is the beginning. Not maybe, it is the beginning.
So you see that is the same thing that he has just repeated here. That this could well be, in my estimation, this is the beginning. I don't think that this one again, but it's going to be based on the reaction, what's happened moving forward. Because we've seen people like Gumi and some others now. They are
of
already.
Course, you already know how they will react. You know that these people are stubborn. These are Pharaoh. These are Pharaoh.
100% Pharaohs. They will. I know that they will want to put up a fight, and that is going to eventually bring the ultimate destruction that will come upon them. Because this is a time of Chukwuka Abiyama has had to give it back to them. Over many decades, they've been doing these things, getting away with it. But this is the time they have to go to the cross themselves. So obviously, yeah, like this man said, so a lot is going on. A lot is obviously, they are everywhere. In Enugu, they are everywhere. In all our forests, they are there with the governors, aligning with them, ignore them while they are in the forest, taking charge. Occasionally, they will come out, cause havoc, and they go back. But make no mistake that they are in the forest. And we don't have people who are, we don't have genuine Biafrans, defending the land now. There's lots of vulnerability. I'm telling you, that is the feeling I get, because I talk with people too. We don't have reliable. So that is the thing. All these governor Omahi, Soludo, Uzodema, all of them, they are all in it. They've made it very. Of course.
I stumbled into a video. Do you know that Kano states have launched another security outfit?
In Kano.
If you see the amount of instruments they bought for them,
in Kano
State. In Kano. They launched another one. They say, I don't know what they call it, Hizba something. They want to, whether they say it, they will work in hand to Hizba or to replace Hizba. If you see the amount of vehicles they bought for them, my brother, these people that you call, these people in the southeast don't know what is happening. No. They don't know. The north is preparing heavily. They are preparing. And in their open, I will start with that video. Maybe I will start with that video. Next time I will play that video so that we can see what look at the video.
Okay.
I will look for the video and play it so that you can see how prepared these people are getting. But the idiots and then the idiots that call themselves politicians in our side, what do? They go and destroy every single thing that Mazin Nani can put in structure. They destroyed it and they leave everybody vulnerable. The embargo they form is against the people. They use it against the people.
Yeah.
Any security outfit they form, they will tell them, go against the people, go against the people.
Yeah.
It is so sad. We have been saying that this very Christian genocide has everything to do with Biafra issue.
100%.
And they are running away from it. And thank God that gradually is not good. When I watch this video, I see this man mention Biafra at the end of his speech. I say we will get there.
We will.
Consider a longer range actions, it would be very possible that we could see an American presence on the coast of Nigeria, where most of the Christian community is. It was called Biafra in the past. So all of this is ahead of us. We will see how the president will decide.
We will get there.
We're not afraid.
We will get there. Gradually, we will get there.
100%.
We'll get there.
This is the beginning, because the one obvious thing that people must keep in mind is that it's about solving a problem. That is one fact. Anybody looking at it like some form of expansionism or power tussle by the no. It's about trying to solve a problem that has existed for over a century. That needlessly, a problem that ought not to, because this issue, these Marudas, these Fulanis, the agenda is very clear. They've seen it happen in the past in some countries, and they took a page that this can be replicated in Nigeria, with British giving them that, encouragement, that gave them all the support, that it could easily be replicated, that Nigeria becomes an Islamic country. That's a fact. And every effort, every plan, everything they do from then is being geared towards making it a reality. That is accomplishing it. With all these millions and millions, in one way or the other, they've siphoned among themselves. They've empowered Dangote to be the richest man. He has used his own influence to do the things he did when the guns came in, they distributed them all over the regions with his truck. And their politicians in the Senate, in National Assembly, and in the religious angles, they put so many things in place to make sure that they turn Nigeria into an Islamic country. So since that war, since the Civil War, they've put this thing, they've continued to work on it. The mechanism has been, progressive, slowly but surely, and they get to where we remember that the last election, it has never happened before that you have a Muslim ticket. Never. These are part of the things they were leading up to. It almost would have been unthinkable to think that we have a Muslim ticket back in the days, because the last time it was attempted, it didn't quite work. That was Abiola and I think King Gibe or something like that. They were both Muslims, but that did not work out until now. So they got to a point now where they can authoritatively push and have a Muslim ticket. And we know that the guy they put there behind to deputize Tinubu is a hardcore Islamic jihadist, one of the people who founded Boko Haram. That is a fact. There's no insinuation here. That's just a fact. Now, and also there was their calculus that Tinubu, because during this whole time he couldn't stand on his feet, was falling here and there. Looked like a man that was gonna die today. But everything is looking different now, because their plan was that if he dies, Shetima takes over, just like we had during Jonathan and Yaradua. So imagine Shetima being a president. You can just imagine. That's like taking the key of the kitchen, giving to a rat straight up. So it's crazy. So, but the thing is again, these are just a bunch of evil troublemakers. I've said this severally. If they want to have Islamic country of their own, nobody's gonna stop them. It just be like like that.
Nobody will stop them.
Nobody. They will just have it. Arewa Islamic country, whatever they want to call it, it will be theirs. Then the Middle Belters, like we've also said, the Benue, Southern Kaduna, these are Christian. They can form their own too, right? They form their own country. They move down, and and people live in peace and trade. But no, they don't want that. Absolutely does not want that. What they want is to take over the entire place, or the resources, control the land, control the people, control the resources in it, and make it Islamic country. And countries like Turkey and Qatar, they have hand in it. And don't think that the world doesn't know. They know too. Nothing is hidden. The United States know. They know that these are things going on.
Me is West Virginia Congressman Riley Moore.
So, okay, you want we watch this or what?
Go ahead. When you finish it, I play this Riley Moore statement on this attack.
Okay, I haven't seen the statement too. So yeah, that is the situation that like Saudi Arabia doesn't want extremist form of this Wahhabism kind of Islam, but they are ready to sponsor it anywhere else where it will grow. Everywhere it will grow Islam, they are ready for it, because it's America that protect them in that kingdom. America is the one safeguarding them from this same Islamic terrorism. So they don't want that. That's why they did not allow Gumi to come into their country, because they know that he's a virus. Gumi is a virus, and they don't want that in the kingdom. But they are willing to give you any amount of money you want to go and build mosque in your place. Let mosque take over Islam everywhere. You see the people? It's not. That is a crazy situation, my brother. How do you agree?
One thing I don't understand is why somebody will leave a country you feel that you have been intimidated because of religion. Then you carry that religion to somewhere else and attack those people on their own religion that is working for them.
Yeah.
Your own wasn't working for you. You left your country. You went to a Westerner, supposedly Christian country. Now you went there and you are burning Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Christmas tree that they used to say, you burn it.
Yeah.
It is so sad. Tell me, who would ever dare to do that? You go to a Muslim country and then you burn any signal.
You dare not. You dare not. Yeah.
This kind of freedom of expression they have in the West now, they have to recheck it. Though. That it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That freedom doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's creating problem.
Congressman Riley Moore, he's been sounding the alarm on this issue and just returned from Nigeria earlier this month. Congressman, explain the situation. You saw it firsthand in Nigeria just a couple of weeks ago.
Well, Merry Christmas, Jason. Thanks for having me on. The tragedy that's been unfolding in Nigeria is really quite shocking, and I was there earlier this month, saw it firsthand. People, Christians, living in IDP camps, refugee camps, because they have been pushed off of their ancestral land, particularly in the middle belt of the country, which is where we have these Fulani militants, just roaming bands of Islamic terrorists, murdering at will Christians and pushing them off of their ancestral homeland, and now they're living in IDP camps. I met people that had lost their children, watched them murdered right in front of them. A mother of 5 had lost all 5 of her children. I met another woman who had lost 2 of her daughters, her husband, and they murdered her unborn child. So this is just wanton murder that's been going on there. And obviously President Trump has finally stood up to this. And I do want to point something out very important. The last 2 Christmases, there has been a massacre of Christians in Nigeria. The tables have absolutely turned this year. The Islamic terrorists in Nigeria were the ones receiving that type of present this year. So quite a bit different. The president is totally focused on this. He made that very clear in this attack, and this is a very good first step to addressing this issue. And we did this in coordination with the Nigerian government, which is very important to point out, because this isn't the United States unilaterally doing this. We are doing this in coordination with the Nigerian government to help secure their country and end the slaughter of Christians in Nigeria.
It's stunning how many people actually live in Nigeria. It's something like less than 4% of the land mass in Africa, but 1 out of every 6 residents in Africa live in Nigeria. Congressman, I want to ask you about this because the New York Times reported on the strikes this way, saying Sokoto State, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly.
Pay attention to here. Look at how they reported this. Just pay attention to this, please.
New York Times.
Quote, populated overwhelmingly by Muslims who bear the brunt of terrorist attacks there, according to analysts and groups that monitor conflicts. What's your response to that?
You know, unfortunately, this is the same refrain we've heard from the left. They don't want to admit that Christians are being murdered for their faith in our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I think it's probably them playing to their Islamic radical base that they now have to appease.
100%.
Reason.
Yeah.
But yes, look, there are more Muslims living in the northeast and the northwest of this country, the northwest where this strike took place, where we launched over 12 Tomahawk cruise missiles to ISIS camps, which those terrorists were destroyed, and there was no collateral damage in that. But there are Christians that do live in the northern part of the country, and we've seen massacres take place at the hand of ISIS over the years, and it's happened this year as well. This continues to take place. So this idea that Muslims are facing reprisals and killing, of course they are. They live there. There's terrorist groups. Both are being killed. We want to secure this country, but 5 to 1 in that country is the amount of Christians being killed to non-Christians. It is a 5 to 1 ratio, and as you pointed out at the outset of this, over 7,000 Christians this year.
Congressman Riley Moore, thanks for taking some leadership on this very difficult issue. Really do appreciate it. Merry Christmas.
You see how they bribe people and change narrative in their news and all this thing. That New York Times, you see what they wrote? That the United States, Donald Trump carried attack on a Muslim-dominated northern part of Nigeria. That is how they reported it as a headline.
Because New York Times is one of those leftist, globalist news media. So they will always play that role. We know them.
Yes.
So yeah, these are bunch of discredited, fading away, dying off news medias, this is what they do. This is what they do. They are the one promoting just like some, not only New York Times, but there are some other ones promoting this craziness of this globalized, according to our PM, this diversity, dangerous diversities that brings destruction to people culturally, religiously, in every way possible. It's so crazy. Let people be whom they are. Let people build on their own based on their value system. This crazy multicultural blah 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 it doesn't even work.
Nonsense.
All my years in the Western world, I always, first of all, when I come in, I identified myself. I made myself known. I don't come in and try to hide. I'm planning anything evil. No, I made myself known, and I respect the law of the land. You have to respect that. If you're not ready to respect the culture, the value, the law of a place, then don't go there. Stay in your place and do your thing. You don't go to someone's land and you are burning their Christmas tree because they're celebrating Christmas. Who the heck are you to do that? So these are some of the things that I think the world would be a better place if people respect each other. Don't think that you have to make everybody, people who are not Muslim, they are infidels and should be taken out. There's nowhere anywhere in the world where I've challenged the guy. I said, tell me if you can point to me any one group now, terrorist group, that are Christian terrorist organization that kill people and shout in the name of Jesus, that slaughter people. If you can point one to me, then I will give you this and this and that. But same can be said about Islam, because then you can mention ISWAP, Boko Haram, Lukurawa. Just the list goes on and on and on. It's crazy. What do you, my brother?
That's
As we gradually come to the end of 2025, we've witnessed insecurity rise in Nigeria as the news of various kidnappings continue to make headlines. With President Bola Tinubu recently changing his service chief to re-energize the fight against insecurity, regrettably, within the same period, we've seen hundreds of schoolgirls kidnapped in batches. In Niger, just this week, a huge blast in the mosque in Borno left 12 people dead. Joining us on the show to review the state of insecurity and what to do in 2026 is Awalu Rafsanjani, the Executive Director of Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLA. Great to have you. Awalu, I'd like to have your take on the strike in Nigeria by the Americans. Is this one step in the right direction, to ridding the country of the level of insecurity we have?
Thank you very much. Obviously, this incident is a pointer to the fact that the country is failing in its constitutional obligation. The country is failing in its mandate to ensure that they protect lives and properties of the citizens. It is an indication that we have also lost our foreign policy framework in the country. We probably have an outdated foreign policy that we could not be able to engage globally. This attack, it further created misleading information that the country is in a war, in a religious war between the Muslim and Christians. And that is a very dangerous framing, which we all know as Nigerians, that is not the case. You will have a problem of criminals, terrorists, terrorizing Nigerians, irrespective of their religious, ethnic, geographical, and political affiliation. And what the government has failed over the years to do is to tackle this issue in a very systematic way. But you have seen that people who have been alleged to be sympathetic or to be sponsors of these terror groups, when even they were small, now they have even escalated. having their appeal day. Nobody is doing anything to them because of the political interest. Now, as long as you prioritize personal interests above national interests, you will definitely land yourself in this situation that the foreigners will now have to come.
I mean, you keep saying the foreigners, but I don't know if you know that Nigeria collaborated with America on this strike. So what is it that you don't like? Is it because America's name is on the strike? Nigeria provided intelligence, you know. So what is it that you don't like?
My brother,
what's the meaning of the religious
my
conflict?
brother,
No, hang on. What's the meaning of religious? I don't see any religious conflict. I mean, are these not the terrorists that will want to be dead?
Wait.
Will want to be destroyed? What do you mean by religious conflicts in this?
Let's just be honest and straightforward. Nigerian government did not get any approval, or rather, American government does not get any approval for it to take any action in Nigeria. In fact, as a matter of fact, what Nigerian government has done is to do a saving pace. America did not need their permission to come and do what they intended to do.
No, Awal. There was a statement released by the Nigerian Foreign Affairs Ministry that said they provided the intelligence. So now that you are claiming that Nigeria did not provide the intelligence to America for this strike, do you have your empirical facts, Awal? That's just all I ask you. Show us the facts that Nigerian government did not provide intelligence and they're just saving face. It's facts I want. Not sentiment. Show us the facts.
What I'm saying is that listen. What I'm saying is that America does not need Nigerian approval to carry out their action. That's what I said, and I'm saying that it's all clear that the way and manner in which Trump had even made his pronouncement. To carry out this action, there is no any discussion or dialogue.
You're still having sentiment. Let me read, please, and let me interject here. Because we don't want misinformation, and some of this you are trying to spew because you've not given us the facts. Let me read the statement as released by the Nigerian authorities. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a statement signed by Ememetimi Ebienemefa, spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He says, in line with the established international practice and bilateral understanding, the cooperation includes exchange of intelligence and strategic cooperation. Nigerian Ministry confirms Nigerian authority remains engaged in structured security cooperation with international partners, including the United States, in addressing persistent threats, to Nigeria and all of that. And this has led to a precision hit on terrorist targets in Nigeria by airstrikes in the northwest. So they said it's based on the cooperation they have this. If you have a fact or fact contrary to this, I will present the fact. If you can't present the fact, I'll say what you're saying is conjecture. Give me your own facts. Not conjecture. Give me facts. I'm a man of facts.
It's not conjecture. Listen to me. Why can't you also listen?
Go ahead.
Because you don't want me to talk. What I'm saying is that I stand on my position that Donald Trump does not need permission of Nigeria to do what he wants to do. He had already, made his pronouncement without discussing with Nigeria. And if there was any evidence that Nigeria had conversation with Donald Trump before he issued his ultimatum and before he carried out his action, let them show us to the public. It is a public matter. So I'm saying that, and I still stand on my opinion, that America, if they want to do any action, especially with this kind of situation that we have in Nigeria, they did not need to get approval of Nigeria. They would simply carry out their action, and they have done what they wanted
that's
to
conjecture.
do.
That's not facts.
I'm saying that
that's conjecture, not facts.
Conjecture. It's not a conjecture.
Conjecture,
it's not
different
a conjecture,
from facts.
My brother.
Over to you. Conjecture.
All right, Mr. Rafsanjani, thank you very much for joining us. Were you going to complete what you were saying?
You say sorry?
Are you done? Were you going to complete what you were saying?
No, I wanted just to, because he's shorting me to say that this is conjecture when he knows himself the truth. You don't need to do painting. You don't need to do any panel beating on this matter. America, the way it is, the way they take this issue, they don't need approval of Nigeria to do what they want to do. When Trump was issuing his tweet, what is the truth? What is the fact on this matter? What facts are you looking for when he issues his tweet?
Okay. Mr. Rafsanjani, let's move away from that. So in terms of the way forward, if you were to give an alternative approach, what would be your recommendation?
Well, I think, like we said, over the years, in the last, if you look at it from Jonathan administration to Buhari administration to Tinubu administration, they have not actually prioritized security sector reforms in this country to deal decisively with these issues of insecurity in Nigeria. And we have been providing, evidences and fact to show that security sector corruption is a major the reason why we have gone where we have gone. And if you look at it now, even the country interest, or rather priority, in terms of security, is not really about dealing with this issue. Otherwise, there are some, things that you expected government to do. For example, even the president has given, order that policemen should be withdrawn from VIPs. I am telling you, go and see. They are still disregarding and disobeying president, directive. In Kano, the federal emir, go to his house, you will see about 20 policemen and several policemen cars till today. Okay. So that is to say that we are not even serious. Even when the president will give directive, nothing is going to be taken, because the whole thing is really not serious about dealing decisively with the issues of insecurity in this country. Artificial insecurity is being created just to further away political interests. Look, we have suggested to the government that do a proper security sector reforms so that there will be proper cooperation, coordination, collaboration, and partnership even among the security, agencies in Nigeria, and also stop the corruption in the security sector, and also ensure that people who violated the law, who commit atrocities, are actually arrested, prosecuted, and convicted, no matter how high places they are. You have not been able to see that, action taken. I am saying that if the country want to get out of this situation, to the extent that even a global terrorist, a global human rights, violator is now joining to come and mock us because of the failure of our leaders to take the necessary action. I think the Benjamin Netanyahu, if you look at his mockery on this issue, this is somebody who has been killing and bombing Christians in Palestine, in Gaza. Churches and Christians have been killed by this guy. And no, let us say the truth. But this guy now had the courage to come and talk about killing Christians in Nigeria. I think we should let them. If you have the right leadership in the country, they should have responded to Netanyahu.
Okay.
If they know they are doing something to deal with the insecurity.
Rafsanjani. Now you were saying that President Trump doesn't need to work with the Nigerian government. Are you aware there were diplomatic meetings after Trump made his statement in October 31 and in early November that he will come gun and blazing to save Christians in Nigeria from religious persecution? And that this cooperation that Hexet and the Nigerian government are both talking about is as a result of that diplomatic cooperation. 2, the war against terrorism. Are you aware also that globally the call has been for cooperation and that the Nigerian government asked for help? That's number 1. Number 2, you are saying security sector reform, this and that. Even if Nigeria had done all that security sector reform, they moved from security architecture to another label and whatever, kinetic and non-kinetic. I think the reason for the kind of result you didn't want to, you were expecting and you didn't get, is because of the religious and ethnic political sentiments in Nigeria. If it was the Tinubu administration going to bomb Sokoto and other locations, do you know what Nigerians will be saying?
Listen to this idiot.
They will say Tinubu is attacking the North.
Look at that.
Finally.
Look at that.
What do you recommend? What do you recommend as the way forward?
You see this idiot? You see the excuse he's giving for Tinubu? This man, his own work is just to give an excuse. Excuse his brother.
Yeah. No matter what. Just
no matter what, he will always
lie. Yeah. Onye Oluekwensu, Ruben Abati. He can never change. He can never change. Yeah. So the commander-in-chief of the entire country, who is just because of not for him not to be accused of attacking the north by Nigerians, they will allow the terrorists to be buying people, doing all sorts of things. That is the excuse of Ruben Abati. You see how deceitful this man can be? Well, how do you go?
Very shameful on national TV.
Yeah.
That the commander-in-chief will not do a thing because he doesn't want a certain group to be offended. But if it is in Biafra land, they will send troops to go and kill people.
Exactly. Well, if that is what the country
openly, they will send troops and give them instructions, shoot aside.
Well, if that is what the country is about, why would any normal human being want to be in a country like that? Where the
force people to be in Nigeria.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that when you carry out something you are supposed to do, they will say because you are from this region, you cannot do it because you are from this region.
Yeah.
Why are you still bent on holding this very thing together?
Okay. How do you go?
They expose themselves. Each time they open their mouth and talk, all it takes is for you to be patient and listen to them. You will see them in the midst of that discussion, they will be exposing themselves.
100%. Yeah.
Forget about all this security sector
Ruben,
reform. We have passed that stage.
You have not passed that stage. The security sector reform is still necessary.
Okay, what do you recommend? What do you recommend in terms of action to deal with terrorism?
Okay. For example, now, even within the Tinubu administration government, there are some people that have been pointed out to be romancing with terrorists. Has Tinubu sacked that person or has asked him to step aside? That is one. Number two, look, Ruben.
Who is the person? Who is the person? Who is the person or persons? Who are those persons in the Tinubu government?
You are a journalist. Go and investigate what Nigerians have been talking about.
Exactly. No, you are the one making the allegation. You are the one making the allegation. Prove your allegation.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared to say this because it's already in the public domain.
You must provide proof.
That the Minister of State, listen, the Minister of State, Ruben, if you want us to trash this matter, let us trash this matter. It's not about just somebody or imposing a
particular. This one self don't know what they talk. This man is a confused man self.
Very confused.
He himself is confused. He doesn't know. He go drag this one from this side, drag this from there, drag it. Confuse himself at the end of the day.
He's a very confused person. And he asked Ruben Abati one pertinent, should I say, he put him to the text. You are a journalist. Why are you asking me? You don't know. You live in a rock. You live in Nigeria. Do you not know what's up? Everybody is calling for Matawale to be,
Ruben still push him. So he call the name. He go call the name now. He go call him.
He not call him. He can't deviate now. As he once said, he's a minister of state. He jump. He end up there. I watch him now. I tell you, you don't call the name.
Nigeria.
Confuse people.
Particular statement on somebody. We are in a serious problem. Who told you that if Tinubu bombed criminal Muslim northerners will come and fight Tinubu? What kind of talk is this? Are Muslims not being killed and harassed every day by the same criminals? How can you say that? Look, we should stop this conversation. This conversation should change to actually issue about human life, not about ethnic or religious or geographical thing. We are human beings. Nigerians have the right to live. Nigerians have the right, to survive in their country. And you are saying that, if criminals are killing people, the president should not act because he will be accused of, killing so-called particular set of people. That's a failure if that is the case. So I'm saying that the president should not listen to anybody who, knows that the criminals, the terrorists are killing and bombing innocent Nigerians, irrespective of their religion or their tribe. If you are a leader, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is very clear. It has mandated you to take action, irrespective of whatever identity. So we should not be pushing this narrative. You are a progressive journalist. You have been my friend for a long time. I don't want this retrogressive statement that you are making. We should join hands to defeat criminals.
All right, Mr. Rafsanjani, you just said it yourself that irrespective of identity, what we are looking for is a solution. We need to go now, but I just want you one statement. Irrespective of where it's coming from, if we have an opportunity to decimate and finally defeat terrorism, is it worth it, even if it's the Americans that are coming in to support Nigerians' efforts? Very quickly, just one sentence. Is it worth it? Yes or no?
It's worth it if you are actually getting the right target. If you are getting the right criminal,
thank you very much.
Eliminate them, destroy them, it is a right
all right, thank you for your time with us today, Mr. Rafsanjani, ED of CISLA.
Bunch of confused people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nigeria is a joke.
That is why the country is not going anywhere, because everything about Nigeria is a fraud, is a joke, and the people are just playing along to get along, but without doing the right thing or saying the right thing. First of all, would you not be wondering, why is it that these Nigerian people, the journalists, the media, why are they not asking the hardcore questions? And which is that, how did we get there? What led to it? And how can we accept this kind of situation whereby they open border and they invited people who are not Nigerians into the country, and they equipped them, and they continue to ravage, to massacre, to plunder? And everybody, people who did this, they are still, some of them, lots of them are still in the country, and they can't be touched, and nobody is calling them out.
And they say you must accept them.
And you say you must accept them. Like Gumi is saying now that they are us, we are them, that we must accept them, that they're not going anywhere. I think you've seen that from Gumi, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. So you begin to wonder. And another pertinent question they should be asking, because they know, it's not like they don't know, they know. But maybe due to either the compromise, the brand envelope, or whatever it is, or maybe cowardice, that these same people who are sponsoring this Fulani and Islamic terrorists, their agenda is to turn the entire Nigeria into Islamic Sharia country. Why are they not asking, how can that be possible in this 21st century? They are not speaking about it. Ruben Abati wants people to just let it slide, let it, so as not to create additional problem. But you already have more than an additional problem. Because that's what brought America into Nigeria, because you have a problem.
Not speaking is creating another problem.
Of course.
Not speaking alone is creating another problem.
Hey, audio, my brother. Audio.
It is so sad. It is so sad. Let us hear what the people in the ordinary people are saying about the strike, what they are saying on the ground, and the reactions
in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Okay.
Let's hear what they are saying. I think it's
in Nigeria on Christmas Day in Nigeria's northwest has triggered sharp reactions at home and abroad. The development has reopened debate on foreign involvement as insecurity continues to destabilize communities in the region. Amina Ibrahim reports.
For residents who have lived through years of killings, abductions and displacements in the Northwest, news of the U.S. military strikes has landed with mixed feelings. Many see it as added muscles for Nigeria's overstretched security force. After years of attack that have emptied villages and claimed thousands of lives.
Everything is in our government's hand. If to say they take action, this kind of thing will not happen. They will not even dream of coming to our country. But so far, they are so clumsy over it. Anything can happen.
ordinarily they should form an alliance because since we cannot do it on our own, let other country come and help us.
Because we are tired of the rubbish. Killing people anyhow, it's not fair. We need luxury. We are Nigerians. We don't need trouble.
On the streets, hopes runs high as it could weaken violent armed groups that have operated with immunity. Some believe the strike may signal a shift after repeated complaints that Nigeria have been left to fight alone. But the hopes come with fear. Residents worried about citizens' casualties, loss of control over security decisions, and what deepens foreign military actions could mean for Nigerian sovereignty.
It is a part of the milk of human kindness from the world leader. Because from what I see and understand, it's like he's acting like a police to the nations of the world.
We know when it comes to the issue of external body coming to help Nigeria, there's a way we look at it. We always have that biased mind. But if we can put our hands together, you see, these people are not just coming to come and fight Nigerians as a whole. No, they are coming to lend a helping hand. And that's why I say from the beginning, I say for me, if them coming to Nigeria to come and support the fighting the insurgency or to end the insurgency, that is not a bad idea.
There's no way it should not have a negative consequence. I know how that is. It's not easy to end a war because I'm seeing this banditry as a war. Now it's going out of the issue of banditry kidnapping to war. So there's no way US will come and it should not have a negative effect on Nigeria. But I'm praying that let the negative effect be small or minimal. But there must be a negative effect. There must be consequences.
The message from the public is clear. People want peace at all costs, but they also want answer, clarity, and limits to what today's response does not create tomorrow's problem. Amina Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Abuja.
So this is coming from Abuja.
Yeah.
You see their reaction on the ground there. So they are aware, people are aware, nobody is sleeping, except for those who are pretending to be asleep. So if you're one of those pretending to sleep, go ahead and continue to sleep. You are not going to change anything. But for those of us who are always awake and never pretend to sleep, and we never sleep until we find justice, we will continue to talk. We will continue to follow them bomber to bomber. Whatever they hide, they say you must not say. We will say them. When you see something, you say something. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, you know that the raging issue or argument since the Christmas Day has been, at least one of the raging issues has been the argument about whether Trump carried Nigerian government along or not in the airstrike. Now, as far as I know, when it comes to diplomatic settings and how statements are like, the wording of statement and stuff, I just knew from reading the tweet of Donald Trump after the strike, I knew that he just went there and did his thing. Trump just went out and did his thing regardless. Yes. And because Trump is not one of those conventional politicians that play diplomacy, like political correctness. He doesn't do it. Trump doesn't have political correctness in him. He just said like it is, right? Most politicians will come out and say, and to be fair, if Trump has collaborated with the Nigerian government, which I know he didn't, the way he would have phrased that tweet would have been that he would have written it. It would have come out in the form of with cooperation of Nigeria and United States. This is what we've done, or in consultation, or United States military and this. This is how it would have been worded. But that is not what happened. So you cannot expect him to come and say it otherwise. So he has already warned, he has already told them what is going to happen if this don't happen, and something happened, and he did what he promised he was going to do. One. So Congressman Raleigh Moore is a politician. amazing brother, but he tried to put it nicely, and that is from what the statement he made, in cooperation with Nigeria, which is fine. But in any case, it's all a problem for the drug baron, Emiloko, who stole mandate, because the Northerners now, they are holding him responsible with the fact that he cooperated with Trump to bomb the North. Now, and if he's proving that he wasn't aware, people will also be, castigating him for sitting in there sleeping where the country is being bombed by a foreign power. You see, he can't win. Double jeopardy. So this is what happened. Yeah, that's what happens when you steal something that does not belong to you. Fire gonna burn you. That is what he's going through. So the one makes it even all the more amazing is that this is just the beginning. That you can be rest assured. It's just the beginning of what has just happened. Because these Northerners, they are hell bent. Gumi already is saying this. Well, if Nigeria was a normal society, everybody know that Gumi has now become the law himself, not just above the law. He is now the law in Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
To think that this is a man who has been caught red-handed, collaborating with terrorists, handing money over to them, and since ever till today, continue to advocate for the terrorists. Why is the Tinubu administration scared to touch him, arrest him, and lock this guy up? I watched a program yesterday, and the guy was just fuming, completely fuming with the fact that Gumi is still walking around freely, going from station to station, telling Nigeria, in fact, warning the Tinubu government. It's a warning that it should cut off all ties with America. Because America came in to bomb the terrorists. So when you think about this thing, even for a minute, you begin to wonder, what kind of government is there in Nigeria? An individual guy, the president is afraid of an individual guy. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. So when you see these things and you turn around, you tell me that because you think America, they know these things, eh? They know about Gumi. They know about this Gumi guy, this Sheikh Gumi. They know about him. They know about the Sultan. They know all of it. They know. They have everything, all the information on the ground. They are getting it. So if Gumi is doing what he's doing, think about it. If this was any other country, a guy like Gumi coming out to warn the government that should cut off every relationship with America for coming to attack the terrorists that have been killing people in Nigeria, and he still cannot be reprimanded. They cannot apprehend him and lock him up. So then if you turn around and expect Nigeria to be sharing intelligence information with the same Nigeria, you must be mad. It's not going to happen, my brother. How do you go?
Yeah, let's round it up now. Go check their news and then we round up on the program. The news said Sokoto government confirmed US airstrike, says terrorist camp destroyed, no civilian casualty.
So wait. Who are they referring to as civilian? The terrorists or what? Because if the terrorists are if they get cut off, sort of, then it's a welcome development. But civilians, I don't know, because again in Nigeria, it's hard to understand when they don't call them terrorists, they call them bandits, whatever. So I don't know whom they are referring to as civilian. Civilian and America don't have any plan to harm civilians.
I guess you are saying that the bomb did not fall in civilian area, just like Nigerian government. Nigerian government can bomb a civilian zone and tell you that it's a mistake.
Yes, they've been doing that. They continue. But what people also are waiting to see, people are still waiting to know the level of casualty among the terrorists, if you know what I mean, right?
Exactly.
Because
I want to see the video, at least the picture. I want to know.
Yeah, because if it's their camp, meaning that is where they reside, that is where they stay. So they would have been decimated. So maybe in coming days we will know what happened.
We are waiting for that. We have seen the satellite video of the bombing and everything, but we want to see.
But maybe the Nigerian government, Nigerian system, which we already know what they represent, they may not want to let us know if the terrorists were decimated in the bomb. Because I also do not believe that America, they've been surveilling, with that reconnaissance.
That is where we have a problem with their media. In the normal sense, there's supposed to be a media coverage of where this very bomb happened. Right now.
Yeah. And figure out
a correspondent that will go there, stand there and tell us this is where this is landed. This is where we're destroyed. Look at this. By now, there's supposed to be a correspondent on the ground, but eventually we don't have media in Nigeria.
Yeah. Because
Nigeria are propaganda machines,
yeah,
propaganda offices. No media.
Yeah. Because America
in those days, when something happens, you will see correspondent on the ground. They will go and report on the ground.
Yeah.
But it doesn't happen. Now we are still waiting for US to release video from satellite for us.
Because America will not just bomb an empty ground where the terrorists are not residing or staying. You won't just go and waste. I mean, they spotted them. They have this Google that sees everything. So, but we shall see what happens moving forward, because maybe the Nigerian government will not want to show the number of terrorists who have become a casualty of it. But I know a lot of them will be a casualty. Make no mistake. They didn't bomb an empty ground with no terrorists in there. They won't do that. That you can be rest assured.
We know their system now. Once they see a video now that many of them have been killed, they know to turn around and begin to say it's a war against them.
Exactly. Okay.
Tuji Bello. When Goodluck Jonathan was there.
Well, Tuji Bello.
To decimate them, they changed the narrative and say it was a war against the North. So maybe that's what they are trying to avoid this time around. They don't want to hear anything.
I heard that Tuji Bello was a victim, that he was taken out. He's one of the casualties. But in coming days, maybe we'll hear more. We'll see what happens. You know the guy, no, who has been terrorizing so we'll see.
Nigerian government says Tinubu approved the U.S. airstrike on Sokoto forest amid ISIS presence.
Admit ISIS presence?
Yes.
Okay.
So, let's go to the next one. It says, bandits abduct 5 travelers along Egbe Road in Kogi. 1 other injured. Why airstrike they go on? Or bandits still there, they operate.
Yeah.
They are still operating. They don't even care.
What's your Shomola do? What did you say? You pass. Oshomonkey.
He say how Oshomole humiliated labor icon B.A. Michael Omodo in debt, blocked burial funds.
Oh, in daughter, 90. Okay. Now they will hell of that.
Funds. Daughter. Okay, daughter reported. That one that they are private or all these politicians are evil. That's once they after you, they can chase you even to your grave. Breaking. Terrorists storm Kwara community after Christmas celebration. Abduct 7 residents. You can imagine.
Again,
after Christmas, after the bombing, after Christmas celebration.
Hey.
They storm Kwara community after Christmas celebration. Abducted 7 residents.
You see,
why they are working effectively in Kwara is because Kwara is a caliphate.
Yeah, 100%.
That is why they are working there effectively. And if you check out this abduction now, they are abducting those ones that didn't believe in what they are doing.
Yeah.
Majority Christians and not the traditional believers.
Now Kwara, another hotbed too, because now
very hot.
That quarter, then Holland where, then go Holland tight.
Yeah.
All these caliphate Fulanis, they will
That
never.
is
They
what
know
they are
that
doing. They want to push. They want to push the Yorubas
down.
back more. They want to push
Yes,
them back more and get lost.
yes. They already have a serious confrontation with Yorubas in that quarter, so that is another battlefield area.
That's why they are trying to push them back more. They want to push them back more to make sure they hold that ground. So the next one says, coalition accuses police of retaliating Tiger Bay's Must Fall campaign with mass arrest. You see, Nigeria.
Tiger Bay's
accuses police of retaliating Tiger Bay's Must Fall campaign with mass arrest. You see, they arrested people.
Imo State
that was posting that thing was campaigning for the closure of that. They arrested them. You see,
Imo State
now. That is what Nigeria is for you. That is Nigeria for you. A very corrupt British entity, British company. African Union rejects recognition of Somaliland. African Union rejects recognition of Somaliland. Reaffirms support for Somalia's unity. Mad people.
Yeah.
Mad people, they have nothing to offer. They can't give you peace. When you get the peace by yourself, they will scatter it.
African Union.
You mad people. They will not give you independence. They will not give you peace. They will not give you security. When you move ahead for yourself, they will
good for nothing. Good for nothing. They are useless. They are useless. That has to be disbanded because they are rubbish. African Union, rubbish.
Look at, they are the first people to come out and attack Israel for recognizing Somaliland.
Yeah.
Mad people. Mad people. January 1st, deadline for controversial tax law, non-negotiable. Oyedele says amid alleged alteration. These are crazy tax. Nigeria is gone. It's gone. I don't want to discuss their tax nonsense here.
Rubbish.
Notorious Nigerian police unit in Imo, Tiger Base, after my life, says lawyer Ago. They will not you just run. Come out from that state.
You have to run. Because Hope Uzodinma, they are all in it. They created that Tiger Base. So it's better run. If you don't have any means to defend yourself, better run.
Now imagine a lawyer crying for help.
Yeah.
Then what would ordinary citizens do?
Okay.
A lawyer is crying now, calling for help.
Then
asking what would ordinary people do? Tinubu in Nigeria, Tinubu says, in Nigeria, we are prayer warriors, religious, and will surmount insecurity.
Baby. Wait till you want to make it talk before. Empty words.
So he has resigned his faith to prayer now.
Yeah.
He has Adeboye, his brother. His brother Adeboye can lead the prayer. That one a prayer warrior now.
Yeah.
You can imagine what a president is saying. Instead of thinking of how to secure your people, he said that in Nigeria, we are prayer warriors. And that is why you are still backward. What has the prayer done for you? Prayer has not given your economy. Prayer has not given you peace. It has not given you security. It has not given, you have not achieved anything through it. And yet you come here to boast that you are a prayer warrior.
Tinubu is a waste of time, my brother. Let people don't get it twisted. The guy is just there with nothing. He has absolutely nothing to. It's a waste of time. None of the come on to give the country, give the people constant electricity supply. None of them can do that. What?
That he posted though, there was a video where he posted though. He said if he cannot give 24 hours electricity in first tenor, the second tenor, nobody should vote for him. On video.
He said that.
He said it on video.
Well, but
I will get the video play.
Yeah, but man, choose. I've been telling you, these people, they don't care. They just say anything they want to say. They don't care. They say it just for the sake of saying it. They don't care. Because one, nobody's going to hold them to account and vote for me. Who they vote for that? Nobody vote for nobody. They rig it. If you like, vote for whoever. It doesn't matter. The result will be written already, except, and again, except, mark the word, except, if Trump steps in, if Nigeria remain in one piece, and 2027 Trump steps in and make a decree over the election, then fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fear of Trump is the beginning of wisdom. If Trump steps in and tell them what he's going to do, because they don't know that Trump, if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. So if he comes in and say it, well, fear will enter their eyes. So, but as for the promise of Tinubu and other politicians, forget it. Not be that same hope who's already they tell people say, I don't arrange European Union to give. Today, anybody hold on to account? Nobody.
He promised he will stay the 4,000 job. We will stay
Okay.
4,000 job.
Okay. The so-called journalists you have in the zoo, they will not go and say, Mr. President or Mr. Governor, this is what you said. What happened? No, that one ends there. So just say the word. They don't care. Obasanjo said the same thing. He spent 8 years. Nothing happened. Yaradua came. Good luck that would have done a little bit because he had a good team though. But even though he was slow, he was fearful, but he would have maybe, because the power that is holding this power supply, all these articles and those who are in charge of generator and all these, they are very tough. People are scared of them. And it's that same fear that is holding everything down. Why they cannot touch Gumi? They cannot, so this is a cabal. Nigeria is a cabal, a big time fraud.
They didn't give Good Luck a chance at all. Good Luck didn't have the opportunity to do what he has to do.
Yeah, the two people, Yoruba and the North, they gang up. They ganged up and yeah, and throw him out. And Sari Ezubo, he came out. I remember then he said that if they don't stop, if they try to stop Good Luck, I will do this. I would lie. Afonshi.
Only mouth. The talk of a mouth. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, my brother. We have come to the end of the program. Give us your closing remark, brother. So let's have our rest and continue in our Christmas celebration while we look towards the new year.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Okay, Rachus, thank you so much for continuous keeping on. We continue to do what we do. And we remember Onyendo Mazinam Dikano and PM Samanekpa and every genuine Biafrans. Just keeping on, keep your peace, watch Koka Biama, bring the destruction upon our enemy. We will continue. Hopefully, by the grace of God, I will see you tomorrow, Rachus. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for your constant support and helping out to speak to Biafrans and people of the world, lovers of freedom, wherever they are. We will continue to say our mind. You are entitled to your opinion. We are entitled to ours. In the course of our discussion, if you have a superior argument, anytime we are online, come on and ask your question. You are entitled to your opinion. We are also entitled to our own opinion. But if you have a superior argument, whenever you see us discussing, join us. Air your own argument. We are here to listen, to learn. You learn from us, we learn from you. Nobody is the master of wisdom here. We are all trying to speak and get things right, find solutions. So whichever angle, whichever group, whichever area where you belong and you're making impact, continue to make impact. Continue to make impact. We must respect each other's opinion. You might not agree with everything we have said. Likewise, we might not agree with your own opinion. So everybody's entitled to opinion. At the end of the day, after our program, you go back home and think about what we have said. You can go and rewatch it again. And then the next day, you can come with your questions. You can face us with your questions. You can come out with your own superior argument. It is allowed. That is why we are here. We are here. It doesn't matter. As long as you are a human being with conscience, you are invited in this platform. It is not just for the Biafrans alone, not just for any group alone. It is for public opinion. Express yourself. Whatever be your own opinion, you are entitled to it. You share it with us, and people of the world will listen. The Biafrans will listen. And at the end of the day, people will take their decisions. Thank you so much for being with us on this program. I appreciate everyone that have participated on this program from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu guide and protect everyone for us. I wish you all a very enjoyable and beautiful Christmas as you're celebrating. And I also wish you a happy new year in advance. Don't be careless. Many people made it up to this time, but they couldn't see the new year. Many people made it even up to 31st, and they couldn't see the new year. It is not yet over until it's over. If you are in Biafra land, be security conscious. You have to be more careful than you have ever been now. At this dying minute, many are going to go. Many will not make it. But my prayer is that every single one of us that is going to watch this program, every one of us that is in this platform today, we will see the new year. The new year will never see our end. Thank you so much for watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect you and secure you wherever you are. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our leaders, more especially Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Simon, wherever they are. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again next time. Stay blessed.
I will see the end of this year. This year will never see my end. I will see the end of this year. This year will never see my end. This year will never see my end. This year will never see my end.